fuck all y'all. My watch talk for me, my whip talk for me, my gat talk for me. Bad what up, homie? Even bitches who don't know me, they wanna blow me cause the shit I floss with be saying a lot for me. I came in the rap humble, I don't give a fuck now. I serve anybody like niggas who hustle uptown. The coke price go up, tassels come down. The D's running my crib, I'm nowhere to be found. Niggas who hustle for me, they don't even stash track. They keep it on them, right there in their ass track. I don't like a nigga, I don't pretend to. Half the paramedics rapping your fucking head like a Hindu. Look, I ain't going nowhere, so get used to me. OGs look at me and see I'm what they used to be. I'm that nigga that's so dope, the nigga that's so dope, the nigga that shot dice went broke and so. The thug that pop shit, the thug that pop clips, the thug that went from 3.5 to a whole brick. Nigga ain't in his right mind going against me. My bitches painted the words I make a blind man see. Street murder, I don't believe you murder. Fuck around and leave you murder. I don't believe you murder, your life's on the line.
I think by now you should all know that I'm Heel Steven.
I'm Unigamer.
I'm GAVINOTTS.
I'm Knowledge of Wrestling.
And our guest today on the TEAMHEEL GutCheck podcast, episode X, aka episode number 10, is a man that has been taking the YWC by storm, giving it to this person 100%, not backing down. Tell them who you are. Tell them who you are, man.
I'm Pablo, also known as FuckSeanzView from YouTube. The guy who did the interview with Sean today.
Yeah, there's a video today that went on YouTube with the Uvu interview with this individual, FuckSeanzView, and SeanzView Entertainment that has already got over 300-something views. And I'm going to say this, all right? That was fucking amazing. Really was. Really was. I don't know, but what do you guys think about the interview? You're the gamer, what's up with you? You didn't see it yet,
yeah, I was going to say, unfortunately, I didn't get to see it yet. I've just been, like, preoccupied with doing my own thing with work and everything else and taking care of my family, so.
Okay, GAVINOTTS, your thoughts on the interview?
To be honest, it was one of the best ones I've seen so far. I'm surprised you actually managed to get him, to be fair. Because he's that high demand by people and he keeps refusing, so kind of self-lucky to get him.
Knowledge of Wrestling, your thoughts, even though you didn't see it yet, but your thoughts on that happening.
I mean, should be good once I get to watch it. So good that you interviewed him.
Here's my thoughts on it, okay? Here's my take on this, okay? For those of you who know, I made a request for Sean to be on GutCheck on the last episode.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he never accepted the invitation. I even made a video, asking nicely but surely, to come on, but he never responded. So in a way, I'm kind of jealous, if you will. But anywho, at the end of the day, man, I'm proud of you, man. But anyway, how did you manage to do it though? How did you manage to get Sean to be part of this interview?
He messaged me first. He saying all that he didn't do this because supposedly there was a troll that was pretending to be Sean, and I convinced Sean to explain to me on camera to interview him, and it was one-on-one, and I was like totally calm because if I said anything or if I ranted on him, he would just make more bull crap, and I just let him expose the truth, and I just made him say his own words.
Okay. Here's my thing that I'm watching it as we were speaking earlier, and it's funny how he's putting his head down. It feels like he's reading from a paper. Did you ever notice that? Like he was talking to you, and then he was putting his head down and reading off a paper, then looking back up.
Not really. I think that's like one of his tales of lying. That he just does that whenever he's lying or something. Yeah.
Saying that, he's actually got a pen in his hand, so he's writing down everything he's saying.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Do you believe what he said? Be honest,
There's some parts. There's some, not all of it. There's some things. The things with Brian, with Brian Crazy, Financial Wrestling, I don't agree with. I mean, there's two sides to the stories, and we'll just have to find out tomorrow.
Do you mind elaborating more on what's tomorrow going to happen tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'm going to be interviewing SeanzView Entertainment and Brian Crazy, Financial Wrestling at the same time.
That should be pretty interesting.
Wow.
I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. And I would tell you earlier, if I were you, I would encourage you to do it. Google Hangouts.
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, I just don't know how to do that.
It's easy. Just YouTube it. Just YouTube how to do it. It's easy step by step. Just the idea of having those two live stream, have everyone comment in, give their thoughts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be amazing.
It really would. Trust me, it really would.
You'd be the most respected guy on IWC in history.
You already got my respect. I mean, I thought what Mr. Edge TV did a while back was something, but damn, this takes everything. Wouldn't you all agree?
I definitely would have to agree with that. I mean, it's going to be interesting to hear what both Sean and Brian Crazy have to say.
Yeah.
Really would be. Here's the thing, though. He did mention a car, the Kia Optima, right? He did mention that in the interview. Here's the thing with that. He didn't pay for that car. I'm sure you know that, right?
Yeah, I heard about that.
He won it in a contest. So thought, because he didn't mention that, I figured, you would have believed it all, but just wanted to let you know on that, But yeah, the guy is kind of full of it, just, how can I put this? It was cool that, you took it maturely,
Yeah.
Took it maturely, you didn't, start with him, get smart with him and shit. Because honestly, if it was me, I would have gotten smart with him already.
Yeah,
The minute he opened his mouth, I would have said, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Wouldn't you all?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How did you bite your tongue for so long, or bite your bottom lip?
Well, actually, I was, I didn't want to say anything because I knew if I said anything, this guy wouldn't trust me. But if I did say something, that this guy would trust me, and he would he would let me interview him again. So that's what I'm doing. I'm interviewing him again. Not only that, but I'm interviewing him with Financial Wrestling.
How did you manage to get Brian to agree to this as well? How did you manage to?
I don't know if you guys seen, but he's been commenting on my video, the new one with interviewing Sean, and I told him to message me. And I told him, how would he like if I were to interview him and Sean together tomorrow? And he said he's up to it.
I'm looking forward to it. And it's funny, you think, you made a video before that. Apparently Sean had the cops coming to him. And you said that you're one of the people that called the cops on him?
Yeah, I encourage most of my subscribers to call the cops on him. And I got 20 messages that they already did.
Wow. Personally, me, I would have never called the cops because, to me, I believe in this term. I don't know about you guys, but where I'm from, I was taught to don't be a snitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's Sean. What he did. To this day, I do not agree with. You guys know what I'm talking about with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole exposing his genitalias and all that. But anywho, I'm proud of what you're doing, man. I'm sorry. Were you gonna say Uni Gamer?
Honestly, I would have called the cops on him too. I mean, definitely, I actually wanted to call the cops on him and say, this shit's not cool, but I don't know all the internet protocol stuff to call cop. I don't know how to report something like that, especially when that was the original video that was uploaded. I can't really if it was the original video that was uploaded at the time, and it was on his channel, then I probably would have been able to report that at the time. But too little, too late. I mean,
yeah. It was funny because again, thing was I was coming back home and I got a message on Facebook from one of my friends. Right? He said, "Yo, Steve, you gotta check this shit out, man." I'm like, "Yo, what is it?" It's Sean, man. He exposed himself and shit. Mind you, the video was deleted earlier. The video was deleted. But apparently someone managed to download the video and put it back on YouTube. And there you go, I saw that, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I did laugh my ass off. You know what I mean? I did laugh my ass off, literally.
Oh, me too. I fell off my chair laughing my ass off because I wasn't expecting it. I'm just like up there, spinning soda. I watch it and I'm like, I fell back and I just started busting up laughing.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on that, Pablo?
Of Sean exposing himself?
Yeah, literally. Like, you know, where were you when this happened? You know, how did you know about? I mean, obviously you're one of the 50 some people that saw the video, but where were you exactly when you watched the video?
Well, I actually just got done doing a video, and then I went upstairs, and then I started checking the comments, and then someone says on my video, "Hey, man, Sean just exposed himself," and I was like, "What?" So I just ran downstairs, I looked at it, and I was laughing so hard.
You didn't
I was crying.
No, okay. You didn't have the neighbors like, "Hey, cállate, I talk to line and shit," right?
No.
It happened to me, yeah. But my neighbor's like, "Why the fuck you laughing to her?" I'm like, "Yo, you gotta see this shit, man." Yeah, it was just so hilarious. But yeah, man. Anywho, let's move on to a little wrestling, shall we?
Well, I was gonna say about that beforehand. Like, one of the things I wonder though is all the people that see it. I mean, because people are in different spots of the world where they see it, or just different areas. Like people like us, we were in our rooms or something on our computers or on cell phones, where we're watching it. What about people who are subscribed to him that view that stuff through the public library?
Oh my god!
Just imagine that one.
Just imagine a kid like doing a homework assignment, and he got to check up on YouTube, and just an old lady, an old librarian, just walking by, and going, "Oh my god!"
All I can say, all I can remember is, all I can think is Jim from American Pie. That scenario.
I'm surprised I never brought that up, or no one's ever brought that one up. I'm like, I just now thought of that. Like, what about people that go to public libraries to watch his videos on YouTube? Because there's got to be some of his subscribers that do that.
Indeed. I mean, I can just imagine, like, again, a kid, one of the children that are his 8,000 subs now and shit. But yeah, let's get to wrestling, shall we? Some wrestling talk. A little bit. For those of you who know, Raw was last Monday, and the biggest talk of Raw was who was going to be Paul Heyman's third man. Okay? And I was surprised by who it was, because when I was thinking about it, I thought, you know what, it's going to be someone from developmental. I even made a video on it. I thought it was going to be someone, either Corey Graves, Leo Kruger, Adrian Neville, for some reasons, Richie Steamboat,
Paul Page.
I doubt Page. Come on, Paul Heyman guy. Come on. Just imagine that. Oh, it's a Page. Like, and then again, who knows? But let's be honest. I think none of us were expecting that. You know what I mean? And I was caught by surprise. So for me, as far as shock value goes, I give the WWE an A+. Unigamer, what were your thoughts on what happened with the revealing of the third member being Axel Curtis, formerly known as Michael McGillicuddy, Joe Hennig? Your thoughts on it?
Epic fail. Whoever thought of that needs to be fired right away. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Oh yeah, when I heard the name Axel hitting, I just knew right away. Oh, it's reference towards his dad, Kurt, and reference towards his grandpa, Larry the Axe Hennig. Fuck you, WWE.
GAVINOTTS, your thoughts on the third man being,
It's interesting because we've been waiting for so many years for him to have a push. It's like, I thought he actually got released. I didn't realise he was on NXT. But it's like, even though Jeff's mentioned how he got his name, but when you think about it, you think it's just like they've turned the PlayStation on, created a character, Bob's your teapot, and it's done. It just reminds me of Matt Morgan for some reason when he came out.
Yeah, I thought that Matt Morgan went to a fucking trial and shrunk and shit. You know what I mean? But Pablo, your thoughts on the third man?
I just gotta say, Paul Heyman is a good promo. He makes everybody look big. I mean, he made CM Punk even look better than he is, and I honestly think that Curtis Axel will be big because of Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is a great guy. I mean, the guy can make anyone look big, and he can make that guy look big easily. So I think it'll be good.
Knowledge of Wrestling, your thoughts on Curtis Axel being the third man in the Paul Heyman faction?
No, it's kind of, I'm glad that he's actually going to be featured on Raw now, Curtis Axel, the former Michael McGillicuddy. I don't really like the name either, but it was better than McGillicuddy, so it is what it is. But, like, people are already saying how he got, like, buried because he didn't win cleanly against Triple H, but come on, Triple H is not going to put anyone over like that, especially if he hasn't wrestled on Raw, like, how long? Like, 2 years, 3. And so I'm just glad he's getting pushed somewhat. Maybe we'll see him in the mid card, and we'll see what we can do from there. Maybe he'll improve his mic skills. So we'll just see about that.
I disagree. I think seriously, if you're gonna give him a push, don't have his first match against a guy who likes to bury people because of his own ego.
I mean, to me, Barry would have been if Triple H won the match. That's what I thought. That's Triple H Barry, where at least he had some offense. You know what I mean? If you watch that match, he had some offense going in for him. You know, so I really wouldn't say that he was actually buried. Yeah, he got owned, he got slapped, but I mean, overall, I feel like he deserves the push that he's getting. I really do sense. I'm not saying, like I said in my video, I don't think right away he's gonna get a push to the world title.
Oh no!
Even though I do see him being a world champion or getting world title matches in a year from now, or maybe 2 years. You know what I mean? But for right now, let him get a mid card title, like the U.S. title or the Intercontinental title. You know, just think about it. His father was a great Intercontinental champion, arguably one of the best Intercontinental champions of all time. You know what I mean? And the fact that the belt that is currently in WWE is the same belt design that his father wore. You know what I mean? So just think about him having that belt around him. You know what I mean?
All I can think about is, wow, they really fucked his father over pretty bad, but they're going to fuck him over even worse.
You never know. You never know. I mean, time will tell. I mean, a lot of people were, on Twitter like, "Oh, they already fucked it up. They already fucked it up." I'm like,
they didn't. I don't think they fucked it up.
Just give it time. Put it this way: people were talking shit about Brodus Clay when he came out. You remember that?
People still talk shit about Brodus Clay.
But there's people that already grew to accept it. You know what I mean? Like it grown on them now. Some of them, not everybody, but those people that were talking shit about it, they've grown on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know who you're talking about, because I have not seen really anyone that has grown to like Brodus Clay. A lot of people still hate him, myself included. People are doing the dancing to him, buddy. Call my mama. Now all of a sudden, yeah.
Little kids like him.
Yeah, little kids love him.
Yeah, that's his audience.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. I mean, here's the thing. All right, let's move along. So it's been announced that at Payback, next pay-per-view coming up, it will be John Cena versus Ryback in an ambulance match for the WWE title. Unigamer, being that you were not able to be on the review of the pay-per-view Extreme Rules, what was your thoughts on Extreme Rules overall? Did you enjoy it? If there's anything that you would have done, that you would have, like to see that you didn't see overall, or think that you would have fixed to make the pay-per-view better?
I'd rather have it with a clear-cut winner of the match between Ryback and John Cena instead of the way it ended. But all in all, it wasn't too bad. I actually enjoyed it.
Okay. Pablo, your thoughts on Extreme Rules? Did you watch it? Did you enjoy it? Anything you would have fixed to make it better?
I would have liked to see John Cena and a winner between those two, But I kind of liked it as well. I mean, in my opinion, it was better than WrestleMania, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I
The
think it's
fact
better
that
than
some knowledge of wrestling were there at WrestleMania. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, any pay per view.
Yeah, anything's better than Mania right now.
Yeah.
So Extreme Rules, I enjoyed it. You know, it wasn't a bad pay per view. I actually enjoyed it, especially the Ryback versus John Cena. There was a lot of hitting, and then when Ryback just ran, just like completely just threw John Cena through that stage. You know, threw it, man. Yeah, that was amazing.
Here's my thing, right? You all know for a fact Ryback is not going to beat John Cena. In a perfect world, okay, Ryback would be the WWE champion and not Cena. You know what I mean? In a perfect world. But you already knew that they were going to have Cena try to overcome adversity in a way. So I do sense, you know what? At Payback, this ambulance match, they're going to have him overcome adversity, injury and all. You know what I mean? And have him come out the winner of this match between him and Ryback at the ambulance match. Unigamer, your thoughts on it?
What the hell are you smoking to say in a perfect world that Ryback would be the champion?
Between him and Cena right now, I would go with if I had to choose right now, him and Cena, I have to go with Ryback, unfortunately. Anything over Cena?
No way. Hell no. Give it to someone who has talent and deserves it, not some weighted up dude Vince loves to jack off to.
No, but your thoughts on the ambulance match. How do you see the match going, you know?
I kind of saw that coming when the fact that like both Cena and Ryback had to be taken out and whatnot, and I knew that it was gonna build up to something more, and I think it would probably be a better match than what they had at Extreme Rules, but I still like the match at Extreme Rules too.
I think we all did. I think. GAVINOTTS, your thoughts?
It's one of those cheesy matches that is annoying. Because you look back at Extreme Rules, it's called Extreme Rules for one thing. Extreme Rules. Yeah. Common sense would tell you Ryback's the champion, technically.
Indeed.
If that was ECW sort of last match standing match, you think they'll go no contest? I don't think so. But with this cheesy... to be honest, though, I've not seen an ambulance match for... Actually, since last year, wasn't it?
Since Elimination Chamber. Kane and John Cena.
Now, they're running out of ideas for matches. I liked it back in the day when it was in... I think it was the Attitude Era when that was into play. But now, because this is all, like, PG era, sort of cheesy way, it makes no sense.
Pablo, your thoughts on the Payback match, Ryback versus Cena ambulance match? How do you see it going down?
Honestly, I'll be seeing, just a replay of how violent it was in Extreme Rules. It certainly won't be better than Extreme Rules of their fight in Extreme Rules, but I'm guessing I have to agree with what he said. It'll be cheesy. Like it would have been better back in the Attitude Era, but now it just looks ridiculous. To tell you the truth.
Okay. Knowledge of wrestling.
I think the match, well, it'll be less violent, of course. And I think it's going to be more like a regular match. Because, like you guys said, ambulance matches in the PG era aren't good. Like, they're not as good as the ones in the Attitude Era. So, it sucks. Because I wish that their second match would be better. But I kind of see it being a little bit weaker. But it could still possibly be a good match. You never know. But I just hope that there's going to be a clear winner here, Ryback or Cena. I don't care because I don't want to see neither of them as a champion. So,
now I have a question for you guys. Where do you guys see Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan and Kane going after losing their tag titles to Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns? Personally, if it was up to me, break them up, have Daniel Bryan shave that shit off his face. Bring back the American Dragon. Bring him back. Have him as a heel or a baby. Most likely a heel. Have him go for the WWE title. If it was up to me. Unigamer, your thoughts? How would you have Daniel Bryan go? Or this team in general after they break up?
Well, I have to agree with you on the breakup part. As far as I see, I don't see really Kane as a face. Maybe have Kane as the heel. Daniel Bryan could be a face, but then again, he does make the heel with the whole vegan story angle, basically trying to jam his vegan beliefs down our throats. So I have no problem with both of them splitting up and both being heels. And I do agree with that. Say that shit too.
Indeed. GAVINOTTS?
I could actually see him splitting up probably because the way he was like sort of teased. I'm not tag team champions. You're not. The way it was like sort of cheesy way they're doing it. But I really can actually see at least Kane will actually probably attack him probably at Payback because it would be like your fault that we're not tag team champions. I can see something like that over this next month towards the next pay-per-view.
Pablo or FuckSeanzView, your thoughts?
I really want to see TEAMHEEL not just completely just break up. I mean, come on, Kane is just—it's ridiculous seeing Kane act like a goof and just like retarded. I mean, it's ridiculous. Do I see Daniel Bryan as a heel? No, I mostly see him as a tweener. To tell you the truth, because with all that vegan thing, like you said, I mean, a lot of people like him now, and I'm mostly seeing like a heel that everybody will like.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, true. I mean, WWE would try to make him into a heel, even though the fans like him, because they've done it before. They've done it with Punk as well. That's one thing I hate about WWE. They try to tell us who to like and who to dislike. It doesn't work that way. We're gonna like who we want to like.
Indeed, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you need to follow an example, perfect example. You guys watch Ring of Honor, Kevin Steen. When he was a heel, people were cheering the shit out of him. And ROH never, edited the shit out. Oh, you gotta boo for him. No. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, knowledge of wrestling, your thoughts on TEAMHEEL no after breaking up? Or do you see, Daniel Bryan and all that?
Yeah, I see them breaking up, and they'll probably have a feud with each other, which should have been the original plan before this tag team. But Daniel Bryan, yeah, he should be a heel again. Not in a goofy way either, be more serious. And Kane, I guess he'll. I think both of them should be heel. It'll be weird, but Kane is better as a heel, and Daniel Bryan sort of is too. So I just hope, but then again, they'll have a feud with each other. Kane will probably be the face in that feud, and they'll probably turn heel again. Who knows? But they'll each go in their separate directions, and hopefully they'll actually know how to use Daniel Bryan now.
Absolutely. Another thing I want to talk about that really kind of got to me a couple days ago, the WWE creative and management labeled Antonio Cesaro as boring. Okay?
I agree.
Here's the thing, okay? Antonio Cesaro, a great wrestler. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that they don't know WWE doesn't know what they want. They just don't know what the hell they want, or they don't know, how can I put this? To me, he's not boring. I mean, he's been having some good matches against Randy Orton, on main event, but it's not their fault. They don't know what to do with him. That's the thing. If it was up to me, he should have been the third guy, the third Paul Heyman guy. Have him repackaged, bring in Cassius Ohno, reform the Kings of Wrestling, reform that, and have them go after the tag titles. Unigamer, your thoughts, and how would you improve Antonio Cesaro?
What I would do is the old-fashioned way of how to repackage someone, which WWE hasn't done in a long time, because they're a bunch of fucking idiots, is put him on the shelf. Give him a vacation for a while. Wait for people to forget about him.
Like Jack Swagger.
Not really like Jack Swagger, because people, they repackaged him and everything, but I'm saying just change him all together. Change his name. Change all that shit. Because Jack Swagger, they didn't change really much. Next, they didn't change shit about Jack Swagger, really. So, I mean, I'm saying change his name, change his look, change everything about him. But in order to do that, you got to put him on the shelf for a while, have him just take a vacation or put him in developmental or some shit like that, and then bring him back with a whole new package to like a whole new character, different style, and get rid of that goddamn arm shit. What the? Man, that's cold. What?
That's the only thing that entertains people.
Access, I was like, do it again. Do it again. The fuck? That's money right. That's fraud.
Have you been hit upside the head with a 2x4?
I was working the whole day outside today, so I'm kind of like, still feeling the sun, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, remember Rene Dupree? Remember Fifi? No. Remember he had the French tickler? He's like hop. Like, you remember that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That or the arm thing of Cesaro?
I'd rather see Rene Dupree do the dance than Antonio Cesaro's arm, whatever.
Yeah, I like the dance
better
better than that.
retarded. The arm deal is just retarded.
Dupree's dance was not even dumb. I like that.
Yeah, exactly. People actually followed along with it. People liked it. People were actually doing that a lot of times.
GAVINOTTS, your thoughts on... I'm sorry?
My thoughts on Antonio Cesaro, it's their fault for building him up this way, but the problem is, it's like when Unigamer said about long vacation, repackage him. The only problem is with that, the internet would find out first and spoil it for everyone anyway.
Yeah, true. Forgot about that. That's why I hate the internet sometimes.
Yeah. Fucking SeanzView, damn it. Always spoiling shit.
When you say fucking SeanzView, no, there's fuck SeanzView in the call around.
And the original one, stupid kid. Always spoiling shit. Alright, fuck SeanzView, your thoughts on Cesaro being labeled boring, and how would you fix him? How would you, repackage him if you had to?
Yeah, I completely agree that he needs a vacation because, honestly, he is boring. I hate seeing him on Monday Night Raw. I literally, after I see him in his entrance, I just turn off the TV for a while and, just walk around until his match is over because I'm bored of it.
How dare you?
His matches are like Adidas matches. It's
short.
Smoke break.
Never. That guy, next world champion, I said summer 2013. You'll see. That's bad.
And I agree with Heel Steven when I think Paul Heyman should have made him the third guy. That would have been amazing to see. Completely just change the character of Antonio Cesaro. But I just want the guy. I think he needs a vacation. I mean, he's a jobber, to tell you the truth. That's my opinion.
Thank you.
Well,
He is though. What is he right now?
Looks like Steven's going to say, you're not welcome in the calls no more.
They need to put Antonio Cesaro on the shelf and Zack Ryder as well. Give him a new character as well.
Zack Ryder as well.
We'll get in the Ryder in a bit, by the way. Knowledge of Wrestling, your thoughts on Cesaro being labeled as boring by the sheeps of the WWE?
Well, WWE, they've already fucked up his character. Even when he was the United States champion, even before that, I think. But, it's their fault, and that's the reason why he's boring. And, yeah, his gimmick was boring. His long-ass title reign was boring. And it sucks that it was boring, because he's a good wrestler, but, his matches... There was no, outstanding match to me. Probably, in a main event or NXT match, but, I'm talking like a pay-per-view match. But... Yeah, they just need to just let him take they did like what they did with Swagger, just let him take a break or something. I don't know, but yeah, Cesaro, he's not really gonna go anywhere with that gimmick, especially with that arm thingy. That's not gonna help him at all.
That is money.
It's not gonna help him at all.
If they want Cesaro to really get over with the crowd, I think they need a Stone Cold to come back.
Exactly, the crowd. The crowd doesn't even react to him. It's just.
How dare you?
The crowd doesn't boo or cheer. They're just.
I cheer. I don't boo. I cheer. Cesaro next will chant 2013.
He doesn't even get a reaction. It's just.
I'm waiting for the fans to chant "Sleeping Pill, Sleeping Pill."
No, that's George St. Pierre or SeanzView.
No, that's Antonio Cesaro. He is a goddamn sleeping pill.
No, that's Rambo, the guy that talks shit about me on YouTube.
He's gone.
Because of me. Shit. Anyway, yeah. Moving on. Speaking of Zack Ryder, you guys saw what happened last night on Raw after his match with Cody Rhodes, which I thought he lost in a shitty way. Because a lot of people would take out Disaster Kid. Come on now. And after that, he got shitted on by Ryback. You know what I mean? He got shit on by Ryback.
Yeah, he got fucked up.
You know what I mean? So honestly, I think, apparently a lot of people from developmental got released, and it's rumored that by the end of this week, they're going to start letting go of some people from the main roster. And I do see Ryder being one of the few people that will be let go. What do you... Okay, Gavinottts, your thoughts?
We didn't actually hear any of that.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of cut off on me. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
We apologize for the technical difficulties. So you guys know that in this end of the week, there'll be a lot of cuts by the main roster of the WWE. And those you saw Monday Night Raw, Zack Ryder got shit on by a Ryback and put in that ambulance. And honestly, I do see Zack Ryder being one of those that'll be released. What do you think? You think Gamer start with you?
Well, like I said, I think Zack Ryder probably should just, he shouldn't be released, but should just be put back in developmental, just taken on vacation for a while, something like that, to give him a new gimmick, repackage him. But WWE will most likely release him when they should be releasing Cesaro, or they should be releasing Ryback, but that ain't gonna happen. But yeah, I think Zack Ryder is probably going to go somewhere else. I see him in ROH or TNA. Actually, I doubt we'll see him in TNA.
Oh, shit.
That shit.
Yeah. Gavinottts, your thoughts on Zack Ryder being shitted on, and your thought you see him being released by the WWE?
Some reason I think they don't, because they've actually improved his attire for starters, so he could be on a new transformation. But please, I'm begging you, WWE, release Great Khali.
They're not gonna do
I have
that.
to agree.
So
I
yeah.
don't want that.
And
They
Horsepower.
do, and when people say, oh yeah, he's there for the Indian market, what's Jinder Mahal then?
Exactly.
Jinder Mahal is just, yeah.
He should Jinder Mahal.
Saying that, Jinder Mahal's actually got some talent on him.
Yeah, I know.
You're too bad they're shitting on him along with Heath Slater and Drew McIntyre.
Three-man band probably get released
Hopefully, yeah.
from the MP3
The
charts.
most talented wrestlers will get released if 3MB gets released because they have so much talent, so much potential, but WWE lets the shit on them.
FuckSeanzView, your thoughts?
Honestly, I have to agree. I want to see Zack Ryder be released already. I mean, the guy's just been... he's a jobber. I mean, I feel bad for the guy. WWE's really screwing him, and the character they gave him, it's unbelievable. I really think Zack Ryder should leave. Him and the Great Khali especially. The Great Khali is useless in the WWE. They make him look like he's a teddy bear for little kids or something, and it's ridiculous.
Knowledge of wrestling, your thoughts?
Well, if they're not gonna repackage him, if they turn him heel, they're gonna have to change his character, because he was a heel with that gimmick and it wasn't even that good. So they got nothing for him yet. Just let him go, because he's just gonna be jobbing with that same persona. With the Great Khali, yes, I also want him gone, but I don't think they'll ever release him, sadly. But and Hornswoggle too, though I doubt it. But you never know with the WWE, they'll probably do some bullshit.
Indeed, indeed.
And
Yeah.
please, for the love of God, release Fandango.
So they just come in for crying out loud. I think the only thing extreme about his match was his pants at Extreme Rules.
They gotta release Alex
sucks.
Riley. I feel bad for that guy.
I mean, here's the thing with Fandango. I mean, as long as people are fandangoing, singing in the crowds, I still see him being part there.
I can see him be IC champion soon.
The only ones that were singing at that time were the British fans in New Jersey.
Indeed, yeah, indeed.
Hey,
After that, not many people really sing along.
Yeah, no one really sings
Don't
along.
blame the British, but it's true.
That was
It is.
Sad of my nation for doing that. I do apologise to all you guys around the world. I apologise for my nation for doing that.
that only trended for 1 week.
That's going to go on my list. Top 10 worst things to come out of Britain was the British fans singing the Fandango song, along with Benny Hill. That's another one.
How dare you disrespect our comedy giant? It could be worse.
Speaking of England, last night on Raw, Wade Barrett's new theme song.
Awesome.
They've just really?
Say,
Come on.
I hate
Hey,
this
hey,
shit.
Preston, please.
I know.
I
it was
enjoyed
More
it.
theme songs than anyone that I know.
I enjoyed it. I really did. For some reason, I digged it. The beat of it. You know what I mean? I was bobbing my head. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's better than the last one.
He's another one that they need to repackage as well.
They've already done that.
Yeah, I thought.
He's the Intercontinental Champion, but yeah, he gets no airtime on
I
television.
know.
And if he does, he's not even defending the title.
Like I was getting
He's doing
excited. Yeah, I was getting excited over they were doing promos of Wade Barrett where he was like fighting in like street clothes. I like that. I was like, yes, this guy gonna finally get a good push, but no, they put him in the mid card scene and he's just not doing anything there.
No.
I do have to say, at least they didn't really ruin him over as bad as they did William Regal when he first came in to WWE.
He's a man. He's a man. He's a man's man. It's funny today because I was working outside and I'm pretty much, collecting rocks and I got put them on the side and shit. I had to deal with this huge pile of rocks, right? And I'm doing the work. I'm thinking of that song, like, yeah, he's a man. He's a man. Just thought I'd point that out there,
No, you know what? We should change the lyrics. Steven said.
Hey, that's not very nice. That hurt. Shit. Anywho, let's move along a little bit. Let's get into the world of TNA, yes? So apparently, apparently, Dixe Carter at a live, she was interviewed, I believe, right, by a newspaper in the UK. Am I right, Gavin? When I say that?
I'm assuming so.
Yeah, I'm getting the link right here. 1 second. Hold on. These things happen.
I wonder who's yawning. Is that Unigamer by any chance?
Yeah. Just talking about TNA puts me to sleep.
I know.
Shut your mouth. Don't disrespect TNA.
This is how it goes, okay? And I quote. During a recent interview with the Digital Sky, TNA President Dixe Carter said she would be open to a TNA versus WWE cross-promotion event. Carter quoted as saying, and I quote, "I don't think WWE shares my belief in this, but I believe that competition is 100% positively essential. I think it's important for fans and for us to have one company dominate. To have a company dominate, it's boring and you are not being challenged enough. It's always better to have other points out there, and I truly believe that it makes both companies better. Absolutely would do that. I'm not sure if they would do that, a crossover event. but I absolutely would.
Of course you'd absolutely would.
That
What
is
the hell?
pure desperation.
Here's my thing. Okay? Here's my thing. Okay.
What is
Your thing?
Yeah, I don't know. We're waiting.
What the hell?
Yeah, no. I can see where she's coming from, but here's the thing. TNA has people who are in creative and management who are corny as fuck and are so disorganized. Flat out truth. And if they're gonna do this, you know for a fact that the WWE is gonna be one. They're gonna want to be the ones that are in charge of creative, be in charge of what matches will happen and who wrestle and who wins. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, I don't see it really working out. However, even if they did, I would love to see matches such as CM Punk versus Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan versus Austin Aries, Kazarian versus Justin Gabriel, AJ Styles versus John Cena, Christopher Daniels versus Randy Orton. You know what I mean?
Okay, why the hell do you gotta give CM Punk one of the most overrated, shittiest wrestlers in TNA? Why not have CM Punk versus AJ Styles? That'd be a better match.
Yeah.
Or that too.
Samoa Joe.
Or that too. It could happen. You know what I'm saying? It could be Ryback, but
It's saying that it's like when people have been slagging off or giving slander towards Dixe Carter. I blame the fans for it because look how many series of videos we've seen in this YWC for God knows how many years. Oh, I'd love to see this happen. Like when Sting was rumoured to come to WWE, everyone blew up on it. That's why he's probably got in their head this could work.
Okay. So Gavin, if they were to do this, who would you love to see go at it one-on-one? What matches would you? If it was up to you, what matches would you see?
Just to get Samoa Joe like versus. I know it's happened in ROH, but I'm on about like ROH. Samoa Joe versus CM Punk. I would love to see that one more time at least, because that would really bring like the credibility towards TNA, the credibility to WWE. Because today's market, if they just follow like certain brands other than ROH, just more than WWE, then that might actually open their eyes to TNA and think, oh, they have actually got a good roster. Even though, like we've already said, that it's happened in ROH. What's to say it happens one more time?
Okay. FuckSeanzView, what matches would you make if it was up to you? And do you think this would be a good idea or something worth watching if they were to do this?
Honestly, I would love to see TNA and WWE, do crossovers. Honestly, I would make AJ Styles versus John Cena is a good match. If I'm correct, Jeff Hardy's still in TNA, right?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, I would love to see CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
Because Jeff Hardy quit the WWE supposedly because of CM Punk. So I would love to see them go at it again.
I just think of like matches that I have not seen in wrestling, and that's why I say like AJ Styles versus CM Punk, because they're two great wrestlers. I've never seen it. So I can't say that counts for me because I haven't seen it. I'm saying matches that I've never seen. Once again,
okay. I see where you're coming from. I understand.
But now I'm gonna have to look that one up. Thank you.
Yeah, it's an ROH. Go on the channel. They went for the peer title. So who knows? Knowledge of wrestling. Your thoughts on that? Who do you you think it's a good idea? Who would you want to see go at it?
Yeah, I think a cross promotion event would be pretty interesting, but WWE, they probably wouldn't do it because it would just favor TNA more. Like they'll promote them more because every TNA fan knows about the WWE, and probably some kids don't know much about TNA. So I don't know if Vince will do it, but yeah, we can see cool matches like you said, AJ versus CM Punk, Austin Aries versus Daniel Bryan could be a good one too. You know, who else could it be? I'm trying to think of more. Oh, Samoa Joe versus what could Samoa Joe face? Ryback, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah.
Wouldn't be the best match, but you know.
Indeed. Another thing that I want to talk about. So apparently TNA last week got a 0.84 cable rating. Wow.
Which is
Here's
why.
my thing, okay? Here's my thing. I think what TNA needs to really do is sit down. I'm talking Dixe Carter, the people in creative, and see and make a list, right? What's going good for them and what's not going good for them. You know what I mean? And just really think about pulling the plug on Aces and 0.8. Unigamer, your thoughts?
I say if I were Spike TV, I would cut off the dead limb. Because TNA, that's what it is. It's costing them more money to keep that show on than it is making them money. And Spike TV is a business. It's a network. They got to look at things from a business perspective. You're not going to keep around something that's going to cost you money. One bring something that's going to bring revenue. TNA is not bringing it. They're drawing people away. Put ROH in its place.
I agree with that. Yeah, I said it also before. If I'm Spike TV and I want, you know, if they decide to pull the plug on TNA, bring in Ring of Honor. Bring them in.
But you may say that, though, but it's like I've said all along. The UK fans bring in the revenue for over here. That's what's keeping them survive. Just think, TNA's got a lot of money. A lot of money. So what happens if they're just like paying for the rights, everything through this tour?
They don't have half as much money as you think, though. Also, the UK fans are bringing in the revenue for TNA, but they're not bringing in enough. That's like, yeah, you guys are watching it and all, but it's not enough to keep them going. It's not going to keep them. Going to make Spike change their mind and say like, oh, we should go ahead and keep TNA because we got fans in the UK that watch it. No, they got to think more of globally.
And by the way, I mean, do you guys have, in the UK, do you guys have Spike TV? Or is it on...
No, we have it on Challenge. We get it like on a Sunday, and then the pay-per-view is on, I think, the Tuesday afterwards.
Yeah, so you guys don't have Spike TV. So for you guys, it's different. It's Challenge TV.
Yeah, which is run by Sky TV.
Exactly. So it's a different
Network.
company that runs it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know what you mean, but it's like with Spike, you may say it's costing them a lot of money. It's like I've said, this tour could be funding them, and it's you may think, oh yeah, the ratings may be low, but the venues are selling out.
Yeah, but they have like 3 tapings in one day, and
I think it's one live, one taped. That's how Raw used to be, if I recall.
Yeah, but it's not like, TNA every week are at a different location. No, they're like, what? They do like 3 weeks taping in one venue.
Also, I don't think Raw's ratings ever went this low. I mean, they've been pretty low, but I don't think they were this bad.
0.84, hell no.
Yeah, TNA is doing worse than reruns of Golden Girls episodes or Saved by the Bell episodes. That's how bad they're doing.
You can't complain about the reruns of Golden Girls and Saved by the Bell. What the hell is that going to do with wrestling anyway?
No, I'm saying in comparison to ratings-wise.
Alright.
Yeah, it's basically reruns of Saved by the Bell episodes are getting higher ratings than TNA. If I were the TNA creative team, I'd jump out the goddamn window.
Do a swanton bomb out the window off to a fucking roof of a truck. Bam. Fuck SeanzView, your thoughts on this?
My thoughts in if TNA were to pull the plug.
No, as in, like, you know, it's having a 0.84 rating, and what you would do if you're Spike TV, or if you're TNA, what would you do to improve it, or, you know, to get the
honestly,
ratings
every
better?
time I tune in for TNA, I'm seeing the same thing over and over again. I mean, I'm seeing Hulk Hogan just always introduce himself in TNA, and you know, I predict everything that's going to happen, and it's annoying. Honestly, I agree with you. If TNA keeps on going low, I think they should just cancel the show and bring in Ring of Honor.
Thank you. Knowledge of wrestling.
Yeah, that's a really low rating, 0.84. You know, TNA, they should just, I don't know, man. They can't. I mean, probably next week will be higher, not by much, but they always get the same ratings. Like, it's always below a 1, or if it's above a 1, it's not like it's a 1.5 or 1.6, usually 1.1. You know, those ratings are, I guess, Spike says they kind of like it, but once they go below 1, I know they'll get a little mad. So, yeah, Ring of Honor will be a good replacement, definitely, but you know, we'll see what Spike. It's all up to Spike TV to see if TNA gets canceled or not.
Yeah, you know, like, here's kind of a question here. Like, if Spike TV decides to get rid of TNA wrestling, what makes us think that they might bring another wrestling organization in? What makes us think they might try and find something else altogether, like another stupid reality show or just anything else other than a wrestling program? They might look somewhere else.
Maybe, but here's my thing, though. And if I'm TNA, and as much as they would hurt them, it might also benefit them. I would consider letting go Sting. What do you guys think?
The thing with this is, like I've said before, just think they're on tour at the moment. They need these big players like Hulk Hogan and so on to put them there on the pedestal. What's to say after this year they will get, obviously Sting retires, Hulk Hogan retires, and then they just leave it to their own talent near enough. They just need them big dogs to get the people in. That's why they're doing it.
And I said it before. TNA has a locker room full of so many good talent. Guys such as, you know, Austin Aries, Bobby Roode, James Storm, AJ Styles, Kazarian, Magnus, Rob Terry, Samoa Joe, Zema Ion, Kenny King. And it gets to me that guys like Hogan and Sting get more airtime than these guys, you know?
Did you hear about Zema Ion and his injury?
Yeah, I did hear about that, yeah. I did want to talk. And the fact that TNA does not want to pay his medical bill.
Yeah.
$30,000.
Yeah, and his girlfriend had to beg for money over the internet to help pay his medical bills, which, okay, normally I trash e-beggars, but this is something I can understand. You know, the guy's sick. He needs to pay his medical bills. He needs to get better. So if I had the money, I definitely would donate to Zema Ion.
I would too. I really would.
Well,
but yeah.
But when you speak about Zema Ion, right, the amount of people I've heard bash him in the past, but all of a sudden, because he gets a tumour, everyone's starting to love him. But with me, I'm meeting him this coming Saturday, and I'm going to give him a hug, because he's been through so much shit. I don't give a toss what people may think. I don't normally give hugs out to random people, but to say the shit he's been through and he's still coming to the UK, don't want to let down the fans, I give him more credit where it's due, because I did respect the guy since day one in TNA.
Yeah, I admit, I'm not like his biggest fan or anything, but I respect all professional wrestlers that go out there and put their bodies on the line. Well, except for Matt Morgan, because he's a fucking asshole and an idiot. Especially after what he said about internet wrestling fans.
Let me open my bag of Doritos, guys.
What, no Cola this time? You're sponsored by Doritos?
Yeah, please, for the love of God, Stephen, do not eat with your mouth open, food in your mouth. That's like,
I just opened the bag. Wait a minute.
Don't eat with your food in your mouth. So what's
don't talk when you have food in your mouth. Don't talk when you have food. I
That's going on the bloopers real soon.
It's going to be on audio disc or on iTunes, but we'll never have.
Or on highspots.com. Plug. Anywho, he's been saying though, I mean, do you think TNA should have assumed responsibility for what happened?
Yes and no, but just say the average person like you guys in America, do you get help from your boss?
If it happens at work or, but here's the thing though, Zima, what we do is different from Zima on his profession. You guys get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I get what you mean, but it's like they've done stupid things in the past, obviously, because I've actually heard what Tommy Sitch got for a funeral with Chris Cantino passing away. They sent her a honey baked ham.
Yeah, I thought it was a turkey.
Nope, honey baked ham, big giant one.
Yeah.
Wow. Beginning Gamer, your thought? Do you think TNA should have paid for the medical bill or took in some sort of care or at least pay part of it?
I think TNA should do something for him because he's been out there day in, day out. He's wrestled for them. Probably in times where he was hurt, even worse than he was at the time before his surgery. So I mean, they should do something for him. But I know where he's at. He's in the same boat that I am. Because TNA, the wrestlers are basically just self-employed workers. There's self-contracts and everything else. And he's got to basically have his own medical insurance, got to pay for his own medical insurance and whatnot. And that's not easy trying to get medical insurance when you're a pro wrestler. Hell no. Because it's the rate that they charge you for someone who has health insurance as a wrestler is not going to be something manageable. It's going to be a ridiculous amount, and you have to work for Vince McMahon to pay that kind of rate. Because it's not a matter of when or if you get injured, it's when you get injured, which is why they charge you so much for health insurance as a pro wrestler. They're going to charge you a lot because it's only a matter of time before you get hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. GAVINOTTS.
Yeah, what was that, sorry?
Do you think TNA should assume responsibility? Or at least
I've got a feeling they're paying something towards it.
No, after people bashing TNA, after, they're not paying their responsibility, this and that.
Yeah, but it's like, I've already said, I'm not condoning what TNA have done, but it's like, obviously you've got to foot your own medical bills, how it happens in America. But if it was over here, we get all our expenses paid on the NHS. I wish you guys in America had that sort of system as well.
Darn it.
All of us in America wish we had that kind of system right now.
Or Canada, damn, this is free.
Exactly.
It sucks here.
FuckSeanzView, your thoughts on this?
Good question.
Do you think TNA should assume responsibility in paying for Zima Ion's medical bill, which cost $30,000 for his surgery?
I think they should, honestly, because the guy works hard. He sacrificed his body, and I think he should. He should get TNA to at least take responsibility.
Knowledge of wrestling.
Yeah, I think they should have some responsibility to it because, the TNA is the one paying ZMI the money. It sucks that he's not even making enough for medical bill, even though it's pretty expensive. But, they should try to do something, like help out a little bit. I know they got to pay Hulk Hogan so much money and the rest of the people that they try to keep to make their company relevant, but sucks when your company, when a company like TNA can even help someone to pay for their medical bill.
It's funny you mentioned Hogan, because I guarantee you guys, if this could have happened to Hulk Hogan, Sting, or even Kurt Angle, you guys know for a fact TNA would right away pay that surgery off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Conspiracy, I say. Conspiracy.
saying that, don't forget Linda Hogan takes 70% of his earnings and everything he has.
I just say it's favoritism. That's all it is. It's playing favorites.
Yeah, but again, back to what I was saying earlier. If I'm TNA, I would consider letting go of Sting because he's getting all this, favoritism, world title shots, main event spots. You know what I mean? And I said it before, and I'll say it again. Sting is too old to be the world champion. He's too old to be getting world title shots. And damn it, I'm gonna stick by it.
But Steven, you are saying that because everyone's saying it. Alright?
No, I'm being realistic about it. Do you all agree with that?
Well, no, 1 minute. Think of the stipulation of the pay-per-view. If he loses, he don't get no more title shots. So that's a hint that he could be retiring.
I hope so.
Don't get me wrong, I've respected the guy.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, absolutely. I respect the guy's legacy. I respect what he's done. But,
it's what a way to pass down the torch to Bully Ray.
Are you... Whoa.
The fuck?
Torch?
No.
Torch?
No, I don't mean that sort of torch. I mean, basically, if he does not win the belt, if you know what I mean, it's saying thank you. So that's going to make him even more of a monster heel. Everyone's expecting Sting's going to win it. I really do not think he's going to win it. This could be his last year, his last run.
To me, it's no matter who wins, we all lose.
Yeah, if Sting wins, then we're definitely fucked because we're gonna get more title matches from Sting, basically. And it's...
And if Bully Ray wins, another guy who's over.
I'm not really digging Bully Ray either, so it sucks.
Like I said, if it was up to me, Aries would be the world champ right now. Still till this very day.
I mean, he didn't have much of a title run. It was only for a month or so, and then gave it to Crack Hardy.
No. He won it in, I believe it was July or June, and he held it until October.
Barely.
It was a decent push, maybe, but still, when he was a champ, though, he was entertaining. Something to watch, you know what I mean?
No, he's in a tag team, random ass tag team too.
And he's in the doghouse as we speak.
Yeah, now he is. Fuck.
Rightfully so.
The doghouse putting the crotch on Christianity.
It's his fault for being a dumbass.
I think that's just a work.
I don't think Christianity would have not said, "Oh, I did not respect that. I found it inappropriate."
She didn't moan one bit. She laughed it off on Twitter.
She had to laugh. Dude, she had laughed off the television. What's she gonna do? To make a scene on live television?
Yeah.
You gotta be professional, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Yeah, professional. Just laugh.
Yeah, but come on, what did you want her to slap Austin Aries in front of everybody?
Yeah, that would have gave someone to talk about it even more.
Nah, but still, man, I mean, come on.
And then you'd have people doing videos on it, like saying, "Well done for Christy Hemme." It would have made her more over than Austin Aries at the moment.
Yeah, but then again, she's got to think about her job. She doesn't want to get fired for slapping him. Why not just go ahead, laugh it off, and let him get in trouble? Because he was going to get in trouble no matter what.
Indeed.
I think
so she just figured she didn't want to get herself in trouble in the process. She'll just let him take all the get in trouble 100% instead of putting herself out there as well. Because if she would have slapped him before the match or anything like that, she probably would have gotten in trouble. And she didn't want that.
Indeed. Well, before we wrap up this podcast, we want to say, on behalf of everybody in Team Heel, we want to welcome our newest member to Team Heel, the MJK Show, YouTuber here. Welcome to the group. Link to his channel will be in the description box below. Go subscribe to the MJK Show. Hopefully he'll be on real soon to be on upcoming podcasts. And as well, I want to thank GAVINOTTS for making us the very new intro.
So, hard work pays off.
Indeed. And before we go, we want to say as well that in July, we will be doing definitely, somewhere in July, Team Heel GutCheck podcast will be on live radio for 1 hour as part of British Wrestling Radio's 24-hour marathon show. Gavin, do you mind explaining the details behind that?
Well, basically, the 24-hour show is no joke, no odds barred, no breaks whatsoever for the main host, Deano. He's going to sit there. Hopefully, Nixy's going to be there all the time, plus a few guests. It just depends who rings in, just ad lib everything. And basically, the cause is basically fundraising for a lad who's got a dying disorder, basically. If you want to know full details, keep tuning into BWR every Friday. I think it's 6-7 o'clock your time, Stephen, is it?
Yeah, Eastern time. It's 3 o'clock Pacific for Unigamers time. And yeah, every Friday, 11 p.m. UK time. So be on the lookout for that in July. We'll give you guys more details as more information is given to us. So yeah, go check us out on that live 1 hour special.
And if you want any questions or the link again, obviously it'll be in the description box. But if you've not got around to looking at the description box, ask any of us on Twitter. We'll actually forward it to you happily.
Exactly. At this time as well, I want to thank FuckSeanzView for being part of this podcast as well.
No problem.
Any more information you want to give us before you end this? Just let everyone know.
Yeah, just stay tuned for tomorrow. We'll see Brian Crazy and SeanzView go at it verbally.
And before I go out, I just want to give you some advice, all right? As someone who was made, at one time, I've made 10 videos on the guy. All right? And I look back now and I realize that, you know what? It was a little crazy, but, my advice to you is this, try to give it a break, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get tired of it too.
You guys know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many videos have you made of him so far? How many videos?
Probably 20.
Wow, you see what I mean? In a way, if I were you, if you make a video on him, make a video, but don't be repetitive, you know what I mean? Because that was my problem. I made videos on the guy, and I kept saying, at the time, I didn't think about it. I just kept doing them. And then months later, 5 months after I made those 10 videos on the guy, I rewatched those videos and I realized, I was saying the same shit over and over and over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it gets, because in a way, you kind of feed him also attention. You know what I mean? What he really wants.
Yeah.
But again, keep doing what you're doing in a way. Good luck with tomorrow with that interview with Brian Crazy, Fight Nation Wrestling, and SeanzView Entertainment. I, for one, will be looking forward to that, as well as everybody else on here. Am I right, boys?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And saying that, we are grateful for you to give us the exclusive on this podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah, no problem.
We're welcome to have you again. Before you go, do you want to plug your Twitter, your Facebook, your YouTube, whatever you got?
My YouTube only. I don't got Twitter. My face is just
Your Twitter is? Just let everybody know in case they don't know.
No, I don't have a Twitter, not yet. Well, I do, personal.
No, your YouTube channel.
Yeah, FuckSeanzView.
YouTube.com/FuckSeanzView. Link to his channel will be in the description box below. Go subscribe to him. As always, I'm Heel Steven. You can follow me on Twitter at Heel Steven. And subscribe to this channel where you're watching this podcast from right now. YouTube.com/Heel Steven.
I'm Unigamer. You can follow me on Twitter at TheUnigamer661 now. I changed my Twitter name. And also, like me on Facebook at Jeff Animation. I'm still working on changing that name as well. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, TheUnigamer661.
I'm GAVINOTTS. Subscribe to me on youtube.com/GAVINOTTS. And as well as always, follow me on Twitter at GAVINOTTS.
I'm Knowledge at Wrestling. You follow me on Twitter at HamWalter and subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Knowledge at Wrestling.
Once again, I want to thank FuckSeanzView for being part of this podcast. And so this pretty much wraps up episode 10, aka episode X. And until next week, we'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Peace.
Marijuana Bronson. Yo, the land fertile, I provide for the biz. Play possum with the pigs, stuff a dime on a kid. Shit scripted for the brothers holding knives on they bids. Gift basket full of figs, I'm sipping wine with the fizz. I got that pure smoke, raw just like a sushi plate. 5 sticks of marijuana, I hallucinate. The 10 Timothy, jacket to my knee. Classic, I'm a G, I'm the captain of the CC. It be those kids from Queens and Guess jeans.